to join me. My name is Mona Cabrera, and I am the registered dietitian of the program. And every week we do a food cooking demo for you, and I'm glad you're here today. Just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, hit subscription below, and that way you will get notifications of when we're coming on live. So, this is an Instapot recipe, and if you don't know about the Instapot here, it's a pressure cooker. So meals are done very quickly under pressure versus the crock pot, which we're all familiar with, it cooks all day. So this is great for someone who comes home from work and wants to cook up, let's say, a soup. They are usually done in 20 minutes. So it's very fast, food cooks under pressure, and there's so many recipes that you can use the Instapot for. And there's different sizes for the Instapot. So people find that it's very convenient and quick to make a meal. So today we're going to be doing the butternut squash chili in the Instapot, and hopefully we'll get cooler weather and we can enjoy more chilies and soups and those types of meals. So we're going to do this today. It is a recipe that you can adjust and modify to your tastes and food preferences. It could be a vegetarian. I'm going to be using some ground chicken today, so it's not a vegetarian one today, but you're more than welcome to pull out the meat and just use the beans and vegetables in the recipe. So I'm going to turn this on first. The first step is going to saute some of the onions and garlic, and so on the Instapot there is a button that says saute. So when you use the Instapot, it's easy to keep your mess to one pot, and that's another reason why it's really popular. You don't have to use different pots, you don't have too many things to clean, and it's a one pot shot here. So I'm going to use some olive oil, our heart healthy oil here, and I'm just going to put a drop to saute the onions. So we have some chopped onions. The recipe calls for a cup of chopped onions. Use as much as you like. So we'll first saute that. So this is just going to heat up just for a second, and then I'll throw the onions in there. So in this particular recipe, we're using red onions and garlic. So much nutrition in these two, right? Garlic can help lower our blood pressure, help lower our cholesterol and fight diseases. So many benefits in using garlic and onions. We're also going to use green bell pepper, and you can use any bell pepper you like, super rich in vitamin C. So if you like all the colors, throw those in. And then we're going to be using some tomato paste, tomato sauce. If you have a can of tomatoes, even better, or roasted tomatoes. And then we're going to use a variety of beans. I have black beans today and pinto beans, but you can add in kidney beans. And then of course the butternut squash, loaded in vitamin A, right? All the orange veggies. Lots of vitamin A, super important for immunity. And so this is heated up. Let me throw in the onions. I'm gonna have those cook just 3 minutes or so until they are soft. So we'll throw those in first. And then we'll throw in the garlic. So you can use a red onion. I had a red onion today, but you can use any onion that you have at home. And recipes are fun because they are for you to modify. You know, you don't have to be super strict with recipes. That's the fun part of it. It's just as a guidance for you for the meal. So we'll throw in those onions, let those go for 3 minutes. So we just stir it a little bit. Okay, so it really calls for 1 whole onion. And you can make this super spicy by adding jalapeno also in the recipe. I did not bring a jalapeno, so it's not going to be as spicy. But if you like spicy chili, make sure to put in a half of jalapeno. Okay, so the onion's cooking. I'm going to throw in a little bit more. All chopped up. Okay. And then we'll put the garlic in. And then I'm just putting 3 chopped cloves of garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic, use your powder, use frozen garlic, whichever way you want to purchase your garlic. If you always have garlic in the freezer, that's one way to make sure you have garlic on hand. Okay, so now I'm throwing in my chopped garlic that I have here. So next is 3 cloves of garlic that I chopped beforehand. Throw those in. And let those just cook for a few minutes. So this is where you would also throw in your jalapeno. And now we're going to add the spices. So I'm adding chipotle powder and some cumin. So 1/4 of a teaspoon of the chipotle is like a chili blend. I'm just going to sprinkle it in there. So that's 1/4 of a teaspoon, then 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. So let those cook with the onions and garlic, and this is where you can throw in your jalapeno. I wish you could smell this. The aroma is super strong. Okay, so those you just cook for about 30 seconds. And now we're gonna add in our beans, our tomato sauce, our diced tomatoes, and salt. And we'll let those cook for a few minutes. So I have pinto beans here. Just a can of those and a can of black beans. I'm actually, first before I do that part, I'm going to add in the ground chicken and let that cook a little bit first. Let's not forget that step. So just brown the meat. So if you're not going to have the meat, then we would skip it and just add in the beans. So the beans are an excellent source of plant-based protein and fiber. So healthy for our gut bacteria, our digestion. So don't eliminate beans. They are so delicious. So I'm just gonna let that cook for a few minutes. And then we'll just add everything in. And so when we set it to cook, it's only cooking for 5 minutes. So you can see how easy this is, all in one pot. Okay, so the meat is browned. Okay, so now we're gonna add our beans. So throw in your beans, like I said, any variation that you like. And then our tomato sauce and tomato paste, or tomatoes or fresh tomatoes, whatever you like. Use a can of tomatoes. I'm gonna open this can of tomato sauce. I didn't have tomatoes, so I'm gonna use the sauce. Let's see. We'll open that up. So lots of vitamin A in this dish. great to help boost our immunity going into the flu season. So we have some tomato, so it could be diced tomatoes, it could be tomato sauce. Look for low sodium, non-sodium options. Okay, so I'm just mixing that. And I'm adding 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, because I like it very tomatoey. So we're putting that in there. So that was just some tomato paste. And then we're gonna add our liquid. So you can use bone broth, chicken stock. I'm just using chicken stock, cage-free. This was organic. The bone broth has a lot of nutrition, so if you have that at home, use that. So, I believe this is 1 cup, yes, 1 cup. And you can also use water, whichever you like. Get my measuring spoon here for 1 cup. This is half a cup, so I'm gonna add in 2. Okay, we got that. Oh, I forgot about the green onions, huh? That's okay. I'm gonna throw those in. But we should have put those in earlier to cook, but that's okay. They'll cook. They'll be soft enough. So again, when we set the time on this, it's gonna be 5 minutes. So it does take time for the Instapot to come to pressure, because it has the liquid in here. So it takes longer than 5 minutes to cook, but that's how much we're gonna set this to. Okay, so let's make sure we got all the ingredients in there. Beans, spices, yep, everything's in there. So at the end, the most important part is the 2 cups of butternut squash. So I just bought already chopped up pieces because we want this to be simple and easy. And if you have to deal with cutting up a hard butternut squash, you'll be there for some time. So I'm making meals quick and easy. 2 cups of chopped up butternut squash. So there you go. So I'm just gonna dump the whole bag, I believe, but we'll measure it out. So this you don't mix in, you just leave it on the top, the whole bag. Okay, there we go. So everything's in here. Now we're gonna put the lid on. Oh, one more thing. I did change this recipe a little bit, and I'm adding in cauliflower rice, just because for more vegetables in there. So I'm gonna add a cup. So this is just cauliflower riced up. This is not the frozen, but you can use frozen cauliflower rice, fresh cauliflower. You can chop your own cauliflower. Let's get as many vegetables as we can in this chili, right? The more the merrier, I always say. Okay. We got that in there. Okay. This is a full pot. I'm just going to bring it to the camera so you can see it before I put it to cook. I don't know if you can see that, but a little bit there. Okay, so we're going to set it to cook now. So 5 minutes here. Just turn it, it's on sealing. Now we hit the manual button. Manual, and it's set to 5 minutes. So it takes time, like I said, for the Instapot to come to pressure. Then it's gonna cook for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna naturally release it for 5 minutes. So the whole thing takes probably about 20 minutes. You saw how quick this part was, not very long at all, mostly your canned products. So instead of having you wait for this whole part, 20 minutes, I have some that's already cooked, and I like to add avocado to my chili, and you can add lime, cilantro, a lot of things that you can put and garnish it on top. So I have actually this avocado slicer that I want to try. Let's see if this works. So this is going to be a perfect avocado. Look at that. That's a great day when you have a nice green one, right? So this slicer's supposed to take out the, wow, look at that. That pit came out nicely. And then this slicer, you just take the avocado and make pretty slices. I've never used this gadget yet, so let's see. Let's do this together. See? I hope I get slices out of this. Didn't work so well, but I'll need some practice, I think. I think next time I just have to push a little harder on this. Okay, so we're just gonna make some slices here. Let's do it one more time with this side. Okay, there we got some slices. Okay, so let me take off these gloves here. So I want to show you what the butternut squash looks like with some avocado. Let me show you here. And the good thing about the Instapot is you're going to have a huge pot of chili, so you're going to have leftovers. So it's meal prep for your week. You can have it for lunches, a few days in a row, feed the family. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like in front of the camera. I don't want it to drop on me. But let's see. Beautiful bowl of chili. You can see the butternut squash, big chunks of that. And it's super delicious. You can make it as spicy as you like, and you can put lime on there, cilantro, make it your own. You can see there? Okay. So this is one way to use the Instapot. There's so many recipes for soups and stews and chilies, like I said, and hopefully we'll be getting some cooler weather, and we'll be able to get a little bit more excited about eating hot, warm food, right? So this is gonna cook. We'll finish up here. And I will be putting the recipe below later for you. And again, you can change this recipe. Chili, you can take out things, add things. The other variations would be when it's all done and cooked, throw in some spinach in there, give it a turn, a few mixes in there, and the spinach will cook, or you can add in kale. So you can doctor this up whichever way you like. But this was a basic butternut squash chili with ground chicken in it. So you can eliminate the meat, again, like I said, or you can use turkey meat. You can use organic bison, whichever you prefer. So let's just recap our ingredients. We use the chili and cumin, but we use some beans. I use black beans and kidney beans. We use some tomato sauce and tomato paste. A chopped red onion, whichever onion you like, a couple garlic cloves. I had some rice cauliflower, and I had some bell pepper, so use whatever peppers you like. And we had some chicken stock for the liquid. Again, you can use bone broth, you can use water if you prefer. And we had a drop of olive oil to cook the onions in the beginning. And then I just topped it with some heart-healthy fats, or avocado. And you can top it with cilantro and lime, whichever you prefer. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's cooking demo. Super easy, and the Instant Pot is just a way to really make fast, healthy, easy meals for you and your family. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will be back next week on Tuesday for Tuesday's nutrition topic. But until then, have a great week. See you all soon.